Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. This will be the review on the Batman vs Superman Dawn of Justice 1/6 scale Kal-El Superman figure by Inart. Drop a like on this video, it'll help more people find the channel. Check me out on Instagram at D9333 for all the pictures. Enjoy the review. And once you remove the slipcover, we are greeted with some pretty fancy artwork. I think we have some bats here and the symbol for hope. And I want to say a massive thank you to Logan, my friend on Instagram, Merc_bat. That's Logan. He is the chap who initially sent me his Inart Batman to do a review. That was a big factor in me getting to review this. Also Justin from Justin's Collection did a bit of whispering in Inart's ear, and that was certainly a big factor in me getting to review their stuff. This is kind of the test, I guess. If I do a good job reviewing this Superman figure, then I might get to review some more Inart stuff in the future. So wish me luck, folks. I'm going to be as brutally honest as I always am and not hold back, give you an in-depth review and show it to you in the best way possible. Now, I've removed the plastic now from the box just to show you the quote on the back: "If you seek his monument, look around you." I remember when I saw this in the cinema, I was not expecting Superman to die, and it was a big surprise, and it was pretty heavy. I remember you could hear a pin drop in the cinema. It was a packed house when I went and saw this. I saw it like the Thursday before it was released everywhere on the Friday. And it was emotional. It was really emotional. And I want to say, if there's even the slightest chance that Henry Cavill might catch this review, because he's a geek like the rest of us, he'll probably want to check out some reviews on his figure. You did an amazing job, sir, and I don't think anyone other than Christopher Reeve will ever look as perfect as you in that suit. And it's a shame it came to an end when it did, but you were incredible as Superman. And I hope this figure does you justice. At the bottom of the box there's some information here about the materials used. You might want to pause that and have a read. Some useful information. I want to give a shout out also to Mr. Ryan Kirkwood. It's been very helpful when I was inquiring about this figure. Alright, so genuinely first time seeing the figure. Lift this up together. Okay, there he is. He looks like he's sleeping because his head's tilted off to the side. I'm gonna have to wake him up. In the second layer we have another cape, the base, and I guess the spear and some other stuff as well. Oh, there's the photographs of Martha. And what's this? What do we have here? Oh, a chunk of kryptonite. Lovely. It's quite heavy. It's nice. Oh, what's this? Oh, the Batman cowl. Yes. Very nice. Get a look at all this. Oh, bloody hell, folks. This is something. It's got moving eyes as well. They should be easy to get to. Look at that, though. And shout out to Justin. It was his idea about the rooted hair curl. And he managed to implement it into the head sculpts, and oh man, it just looks insane. Let me zoom in a little bit here. It's really seamless how they've done the curl. But yeah, this is amazing. Really cool. Veins. Expression. Okay, here he is. And I have to say, from the absolute heart, this genuinely had me a little bit shook when I first started to set this up on the desk here. When I first took Henry Cavill as Superman out of the box, I was holding it in my hand, and there's just a big difference. I owned two Hot Toys Henry Cavill Supermans, the Man of Steel version and the BVS version, and they were great for the time, but this is a whole other level. From the feeling of the suit, the cape is gorgeous and feels incredible. The likeness, we'll get to all of this, but I have to say as well, I've been collecting 1/6 for almost 18 years, I think. I've had so many, Hot Toys DX figures, and like the Bruce Lee set was incredible. The thought they put into the packaging and all that, but this is just a different level. The envelope you get, the nice silver envelope here, I'm not even sure what's in there. It's probably like a thank you letter for the customers. But I have to say the manual, I don't want to go on about it too long because you want to get to the good stuff, but that manual there is beautiful. Like inside it, I've never seen such a well thought out, everything covered so clearly. You know, just what an amazing presentation. Sorry, that's my special edition Blu-ray just in the background for the thumbnail, but man, this is very, very special, and I'm literally, I've had the wind knocked out of me when I first got him in hand here. It's going to be an incredible review, folks. I can't wait. Alright, let's get straight to it. The head sculpt, and one of two, is absolutely friggin' incredible. They've done a good job from what we saw in Justin's video with the prototype, I guess. That looked incredible, but they've possibly done some tweaks here and there, I'm not sure. But we have moving eyes, and I love the kind of realistic look of the transition from his neck to his shoulders, and the proportion of his head, the structure, the bone structure, it's all, you know, just really, really impressive, very on point. It's incredibly lifelike. Beautiful tones they've used for the suit, all the material choices, it's so convincing. Like the cape seems like a genuine shrunk down material that they would have used in the movie. I got to tell you, I'm glad I sold the previous two Henry Cavill Superman 1/6 scale figures I had, because I think as of this moment, this is the definitive 1/6 scale Henry Cavill Superman you can get. I mean, who knows what's coming in the future, but right now, this is something incredibly special and a pretty significant leap forward in many departments. The realism is on another level. Now, when I do my little test, I tried it just now, and like with the caustic plastic figures, they have a magnet system for the figure standing on the base, and when you lift the figure, the base comes up with them because the magnets are so strong. The magnets are strong in this, but because the base is a lot heavier than a caustic plastic base, he does detach when you try to lift them as one thing. But they are strong, but this is quite a heavy base here, and it's really good quality, and you've got some little separate sections here, like that little bit of pipe coming out. You can actually kind of, you know, move it a little bit, but it's like a little separate, you know, section here, so be careful with those. Really nice weight to it. Magnets work good. Nice seamless look for the hands, you know, when you change them over. There's no sign of any wrist pegs. And each one of the hands is incredibly well sculpted and painted. You get a really nice variety of different hand poses. Very, very good. Perhaps a little peek into the future with Inart here. Imagine if they do the BVS Batman, that'll be something. But you don't have to have the hand there, there's a magnet, so you can take away the hand if you want to. But yeah, some really nice texture on this. And weathering. You can take away the hand. Yeah, look at this side profile. Obviously it's sculpted as if he's holding on to it, but you can see the kind of sand embedded into it. Quite subtly done, but very nice. It's a bit elongated because it's just kind of being flopping, you know, just holding it. Maybe I can squish it. Squish it! Now it just looks like he's laughing.
Screw you, Hot Toys. I'm coming, see? What you gonna do?
But seriously, no, they are really, really setting the bar very high here. I mean, I love inclusions of things like this. I love collecting, like, you know, trading cards. But every time I buy, like, a cool t-shirt from Terra Threads or Gutter Garbs or Fright Rags, I always hope that I get a sticker from a film that I love, because they always include a cool little sticker or a trading card, and I always put it in plastic and keep it safe and collect it. And this is the kind of thing I love. And on the back, it's really nice quality. It's just got the what's it say? Superman Inart 1/6 collectible figure. Yeah, it's just got some details on there, but it's really nice. I just like little things like that. And I'll just quickly show you the manual because it's pigeon. Lovely manual though. This first bit is frosted, and then it's just really well thought out. And I love the way it just describes everything, every little detail, how everything works, which hand is meant for what kind of pose, all the detail about the body. It really is premium level. And even with the it's just, presentation is flawless. I'll have to have a quick look and see what's in the envelope, but that's also really nicely done as well. Nice high quality kind of silver with an even shinier bit for the Inart font. Alright, so yeah, on the inside, the letter, you can pause this and have a read, where it says, "To all our supporters at Inart, this means something. It's all some people have. It's all that gives them hope." That's really nice. The Superman character created in 1938 has been a symbol of justice and optimism for over 80 years. His selflessness and hopeful nature have made him a beloved superhero. And I'll just open this up so you can read the rest. Pause it and have a read. But very nice inclusion. Unfortunately, folks, my rotating base just died on me, and just when I need it most. It's probably the most important review I've ever filmed on the channel, right up there with the Stallone shop stuff. And yeah, I'll have to get a new rotating base, but I was just moving the eyes, and that's really easy to do. I keep looking at his chin, the dimple. It might be the way the shadows are hitting it, but it's kind of, the little dimple in the middle of the chin seems to be slightly off to one side or a bit crooked, leaning or something. But I just looked on the Google. Where's my phone? Google. His chin actually is like that, or you can see it in this picture at least. So they've nailed that. See his chin? It sort of gives the impression that the dimple is leaning to one side. It's just something about the way his chin dimple is, and they've captured it. Look at that, man. That's an action figure, a collectible figure. It looks like a real dude. He looks like he's deep in thought. But also, I've moved the light around a little bit, because in that previous bit of footage you just saw, the light was very much above his head, kind of casting that shadow that I like to see sometimes on figures. But with the regular light in the room, you can see the chin dimple is a lot more subtle. See, it's all about the lighting. See, now that's great for kind of showing you the reality of how it's going to look in a bright room. And then if I just move my light back, oh, and I've just lost my light for his eyes. See, I use a lot of lights, folks. But see the way his cheeks look more sunken now, and the chin dimple looks a bit different. It's all just the lighting. I like messing around with that and taking different pictures, different moods. But no matter what you do, it looks absolutely phenomenal. And this is a nice look as well. Like, this reminds me of, like, I had a friend who would display his figures in a cabinet, detolfs, and the light was coming from above, and sometimes the figures in the middle of the detolf wouldn't quite catch all the light, and it would just cast these kind of cool moody shadows. So this is what the Inart Superman would look like in that situation. I really like that as well. Obviously he's in quite a lot of darkness, but I like the way that looks. Even in this lighting, it still has a very, very strong presence. And the cape hangs really well. It's a really nice material. Wanted to show you this on the rotating base, but like I said, it just died on me, so unfortunately can't do it on this one. But beautiful cape. They really did a lot of research, and they found the best stuff for the job. You won't be needing a custom one, that's for sure. I don't think so, anyway. Alright, I'm about to switch out the capes, and I just wanted to show you how that works. So I think with that angle there, you get a pretty good idea of how this works. Pretty simple. So the cape was very easy to remove, and before I put on the wired cape, let's just get a look at the proportions again without the cape there. Not that it's that distracting, but just get a look. Thighs are nowhere near as bulky as they were on the Hot Toys versions, so I like that, but they're still very strong looking. Waist is a good width. Now the arms, they seem to be at their limit as far as how close to the body they can get, which is fine. You could obviously bend the elbows and bring the kind of forearm closer to his waist, but that's just with the arms straight. I'm just trying to keep the smooth suit, get rid of any wrinkles and make it look as smooth as possible. Right, we are on the back, and we have a zip that opens from the bottom, and that's because you lift that zip up to get to the connection for the rod to hold him up when he's in his flight pose. And you can see just at the top there the kind of chrome plated, well, I'm not sure how to describe it really, but there's like this chrome body underneath the suit, as we heard in Justin's preview video, that gives it that kind of metallic shine. I've got a lot of light on it right now, so bear that in mind. But it's all very cleverly done. This section of the base unplugs, and then we can put our pole in there. Alright, so I've unzipped him, and there's the hole that the base stabilizing rod that plugs in there. So simple, very, very well done. And I'm glad it's a clear rod as well. Nice and subtle. The hands are nice and easy to change over. You've got these nice, good sturdy grey, or kind of silvery grey wrist pegs. They tend to stay attached to the arm here, and you just pull the hand off. Well, there's a section under the base that you can remove and move around the position of the magnets, so you can change his standing position on the base. Okay, I've attached the wired cape, and as I was doing so, I could feel how strong those wires are. They really feel like strong metal wires running throughout the cape. And when you're tucking in the cape here into the sections in his kind of trap area, make sure you give him a nice gentle, make sure you shove him right in there. There's a fair bit of space, and you're supposed to kind of put in a fair amount of the front section of the cape. You'll know, because when I first plugged it in, I was going to just fold it over and call it a day, and then I thought, no, I can push this a bit deeper, and it gives you a more accurate look. So just push it in nice and deep, be gentle. Alright, so we have the Polaroids of Martha on the base, and they're just as disturbing as they were in the movie. And Khalil has seen them, and he has risen into the air. The wind has caught his cape. The fists are clenched in anger, and the face says it all. He is not happy. And it looks really nice with more lights on in the room as well. Very sturdy on that stand. Get nice and close up on this head sculpt, folks. I mean, I love the way the light hits the eyes, that effect. There's no light up feature, that's just how they look. That's incredible. And the subtle work in the veins around his eyes, the sculpt in his brow area, that vein you can see up his forehead there, transitioning into the hair. Beautiful transition with that. Great work on the eyebrows. Lips look very good tone. Speaking of tone, I'm glad they didn't change the skin tone from what we saw in the preview video by Justin, because he was very happy with the skin tone they went with, and I am very happy with this skin tone. It matches Henry Cavill very well. think the Hot Toys ones are always a little bit too tan. That's often the situation with them, and some other companies do it too. I remember the Trick or Treat Studios Dr. Loomis figure was very much looked like he'd spent some time in the desert without any sun protection on. But this is perfect. I think the complexion is absolutely spot on for Henry Cavill. Let's get a little close up on that hair. That's a little bit of rooted hair. Like I mentioned earlier, that was Justin's idea. It's very clever. And they've got it on there perfectly. It's a really cool idea. I could probably get a little needle and position it a little bit more forward. I might try that. Now Kal-El looks at you all with disgust as he watches you weep over the loss of your idol. The one you called Batman. Destroyed. Really cool accessory. It was very well thought out, and it certainly makes him look truly menacing, because we know how menacing that Batman was in the movie. But then again, he would never have, no human, no matter how strong they may be or how trained they might be, they can't compete with the Kryptonian. Switch the cape back to the draped cape, which I prefer out of, wired capes and draped capes. Wired capes are wonderful for photography and cool poses, but you can't beat a good draped cape, and that's what this is. It feels like a custom cape and looks like a custom cape, but it's the one that came with the figure. So I have to applaud them on that. They've done a good job with the cape. There's Kryptonite spear. Don't believe it has a light up feature, but it doesn't really need one, because as soon as the light touches it, it looks like it's glowing from within anyway. It's very sharp, so watch out for that. But good job on the Kryptonite spear. It's not the most comfortable thing for Superman to hold on to, so I get this bit wrapped up pretty quickly. It's a nice accessory and it's done well. Spend a moment just putting his hands on his hips for a cool heroic Superman pose, and it just looks natural and, you know, proportionally pleasing. My favorite area is still the traps and the way it transitions into the neck. It looks so real. I love the head sculpts, the cape, the outfit is done very well. Love all the hands. The hand sculpts are soft enough but they kind of work with you for a pose like this. I was able to kind of push the thumb kind of further back and bring the fingers forward, and it didn't sort of fight against me too much. And the arm articulation's very good. And look at that, it looks like a real dude. It's like Superman standing right there. I used to call him Soup when I was a kid. I think I got that from Richard Pryor. Alright, so here is the Inart Superman next to my heavily customized Hot Toys BVS Batman. He's got the beef mod, he's been padded out under the suit, I've repainted the suit, got a custom cape on there by Unreal Toys, and also an Unreal Toys custom head sculpt that can turn and look up and down. And just looked it up to double check. Ben Affleck is taller than Henry Cavill. I mean, have they got him? Yeah, Henry Cavill's slightly more forward at the moment than Batman, but two different companies. That's just going to be my setup until I figure out what I'm going to do about BVS Batman. Maybe Inart will make one. Hot Toys have got 2.0 coming out, but the one I have here is more than satisfactory. But I guess the height, situation could be a little bit more accurate, but still very, very cool to see these two together like this. Just a little close up on the hands. Very, very good work with the separation of the fingernail to the rest of the finger, the bone, the veins. I love the way it meets up with the suit. Very clean, really nice transition. A little touch of yellow there. You can see the symbol of hope in the center there again, I think I see a tiny little S. And you got his muscles poking through the suit, and the way the light hits it is really nice. Beautiful, vibrant blue and red. The Kryptonite rock is very nicely done. It doesn't have a light up feature, but when the light hits it, it just glows from within. And it looks very convincing. It's a really nice accessory. Okay everyone, I'm going to wrap it up, give you my final thoughts and a score out of 10. And I thought I'd do so in the beautiful diorama made by Cult Creations, my friend Glenn Page. It always brings figures to life. It's nice to have a cool environment for them to stand in. I am incredibly impressed with this figure. I think it is pretty much a 10 out of 10. I've got to be honest with you. I mean, the head sculpts are clearly a 10 out of 10. The cape is an extremely good material, great choice. They did a nice job with the pleats as it gets close to the front. The suit itself, very well done. Love the colours, love the proportions of the body. It's nice to pose. You know, it's just a really clear example of a company that is, you know, seriously putting a lot of thought into their figures and striving for perfection. So he's like a 9.5 or a 10. I really can't think of anything to, you know, critique too hard here. He's a simple figure. He doesn't come with all the gadgets that a Batman would, or a character like that. But the spear is great. The base is really nice. Very cool idea with how he can hover, with the attachment at the back, moving eyes on both heads. And this figure really reminds me of the moment when Batman's coming around the corner in the Batmobile and he's chasing after the criminals and he sees Superman just standing there and he's really surprised. And the Batmobile bashes into Superman and it just bangs off him. Something about the look on the face, everything about it really just reminds me of that exact moment. And like I said at the beginning, the presentation is unbeatable. I've seen, you know, to be honest, Caustic Plastic, they're fantastic when it comes to their boxes, the way the figures are presented inside the boxes, the little art cards, sometimes you get a poster, t-shirts, depending on which one you order. And Hot Toys have done some incredible boxes, I'm not going to lie. You know, the DX Bruce Lee was one of them. Oh man, the Superman Christopher Reeve box, the Predator original Jungle Hunter box, too many to list. You know, they've been getting a little bit cheap lately with the boxes, but Inart at the moment, you know, they're really giving us a beautiful presentation the whole way through. So I love the manual. It's laid out so well, so easy to understand, and all the little extras. I'd love to see Inart tackle Batman Begins. I think that figure has never really been done true justice by an official, you know, company. There's plenty of amazing custom head sculpts and great custom capes, but Hot Toys have really cheaped out on the last few attempts with Batman Begins. They've just been reissues and no improvements. I would love to see Inart tackle Batman Begins. That would be something that would excite me, and I'm sure it would excite quite a lot of people out there. I don't know, let me know in the comments. Have you had enough of Batman Begins with all the custom heads and all the different Hot Toys versions, or would you be curious to see how Inart would tackle something like that? I just put him there in the background, just as a little what if. I love that suit, I love that cowl. It is so cool. There's all kinds of possibilities with a Batman Begins from Inart. They could give you the Batman figure with the ninja, League of Shadows Bruce Wayne, or the Batman with the Demon Batman version as well. Think about it. Alright, well thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the review, hit the like button. It'll help more people find the review, and then they'll find the channel and they might subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, make sure to do that. And I'll bring you a true light review on this figure as well, outdoors in the natural light. I'm sure it's going to look stunning with the colours. I can't wait to do that. So that'll be coming up after this review. I hope you guys are doing well. Let me know how you're doing in the comments, and I'll see you soon. Take it easy. Bye bye.